Previously on PeakD&D. After KrakenFest was declared for the Inarans of Bronzegate, the council was convened, the ceremony was had, the trophies and rings were passed out, and also passed out was Ravi. Quickly after, Inara made her plea with the help of Julius and the gang.
And the spoon.
And the spoon, the great talking spoon.
And the necklace.
And the necklace came in pretty clutch to prove her claim as the true oracle to the councils of Marina and Bronzegate specifically. Came in pretty darn handy. After putting together a plan, they sent the Marinan fleet out to intercept the ships at the storm wall to hopefully give them some kind of warning. The Inaran Navy set out for Gold Point, and they cruised over to Gold Point, and it was dope. So we have arrived at Gold Point. You can see the city off in the distance. You have kept your distance. I wanted to do, before we ended last session at this point, I did want to make it a point to go back and see if anything happened on the ship that you wanted to do. You had about a day's journey on the airship with everyone, but for the sake of time, we fast forwarded through it. But in case anybody wanted to do anything, you did get a long rest, so you've reset all your stuff, and
rest points.
You can have group or talking spoon or talking fork.
Fork.
No,
we don't
you
do
guys
that
have the
spoon.
fork. The spoon.
We
is,
don't do that.
The spoon is a literally talking
Yeah.
fork.
Oh, spoon was weird.
The spoon. They would loan
Or
it to you
spoon.
if you wanted.
No,
No,
it sounds like a
just-
terrible thing when we're going undercover.
Yeah. Shut up. All right. So is anybody
For
doing
instance,
anything?
Be
I
inconspicuous.
have a question.
Be a
Yes.
spoon.
I haven't looked at the map yet, really, but I just wonder on our journey from Bronzegate to Gold Point, if there were any sites that we may have seen on our, like when we were in the airship. Is there any giant points of interest that we may have like seen or
we gotta
missed?
check that off
Mostly it's
our-
like rolling hills and plains with some forests, much nicer forests than the Shadow King forest that you were in before.
We got to check off the points of interest for our completionist.
Yeah,
We have to
Yeah,
complete
yeah,
an aura
there's-
before we leave
There's
this.
the Inara's biggest ball of twine.
done.
So definitely stop there. There's a
Anara's
really
luck pool
like,
where you throw in a gold
yeah,
gem.
there's a place called Black Bart's Cave, and there's a nice little restaurant
Are
outside
there
of
divers?
it. There are divers outside. Yeah, the elven divers of Casa Bonita is something that is absolutely
Casa
a must
Bonita.
see.
Is that an elven word?
Yeah,
Casa Bonita.
it means bad churros, and
But good sopapillas.
yeah, good
It means
sopapillas.
unlimited
Sopapillas.
soapias.
Yeah, so you guys spend a good portion of the afternoon there.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Not where I thought this journey was taking us.
There is on the map. There's not that much between Gold Point and Bronzegate.
Cool.
Just a rather
Black Bart's
expansive rolling hills and forests. Rather picturesque country. It's beautiful.
Oh, I was gonna say boring, but I guess it looks nice.
I
nice.
think
gonna
it's
say
a little
boring.
worse for wear, but I grabbed that.
Oh, that's
How
right.
did
Your
you get
letter
this?
Had fallen in the water
Because I'm
you
pretty sure
threw it.
drunk you threw it, and I thought that maybe you would want it. Blacked out, did we yesterday?
I think he
It's
threw it
okay.
at me, thinking it was the flag during the capture the flag during KrakenFest.
Anyway,
It was the whole KrakenFest.
That sounds like a
shenanigans.
you problem.
Yes, there were KrakenFest shenanigans. If you missed the last episode, KrakenFest
Wow, I
Part
was drunk.
Rasty.
Yeah.
I was racy.
2. And Ravi, you're examining this letter
Oh,
that
yeah.
has now been exposed to the water. So where you would have expected the ink to have run and bled and just turned into a soppy mess, this piece of parchment seems to have retained the ink pretty well. And you notice that now that it's been exposed to seawater, there's sort of like a couple of additional markings showing up on the letter. Like beneath some of the letters, some underlined.
No, it's not a smudge.
Yeah. So
Maybe this is the cipher he was saying.
Maybe.
Hold on.
That your dad used. This was the cipher, or this was the letter that the
There's
dad.
marked-
yeah, the
This was my
letter
ticket to out of Dodge, which is
Right.
the letter.
There's marked letters.
from Dedarian Otmar
Uh-huh.
to Captain Janaway requesting the service of well, you,
Yes,
or
obviously.
the best and brightest that Larian has to offer.
yeah.
That Larian Studios has to offer us.
Yep.
In
Nah,
some of the
yeah,
downtime, while
I
this
don't want to
is
get sued by Baldur's Gate 3. So
while Ravi is inspecting
Larian.
this letter, in some of the downtime, I just kind of want to work with a little rope and twine and a little bit of like the inside of one of the pockets. I just kind of want to be sewing a little bit and messing with some rope a little bit, for just a little bit during this journey.
Okay. You can put that towards your trade skill points. So you have to have a certain number of hours, not this more than this. But you can get a trade point in a different trade skill by doing this.
It's more sewing, I guess, and like braiding, but I would think it still falls under the
like
jewelry.
Weaving?
Yeah, I guess I'm
This is
weaving
okay.
rope.
So this is like hempen jewelry or something.
Yeah.
Rather than okay. So we'll say you're putting it towards an extra trade point.
Well, okay. Yeah,
Is that-
I'm actually making something.
Yes, you can do that. I'm just
Okay.
saying that there are ways in the game
Oh.
to gain additional trade points. This is going to be one of them.
Cool. I will do that.
For those of you following along with the DC20 game.
Actively pursuing skills, like very Skyrim-y.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Where
So
like
you
you're
can-
actually doing it.
For your downtime, you can actually
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Get
then,
better
then
at
I'll
it.
just hit the jump button a lot, so my agility goes up a lot too.
Yeah, just sitting and jumping around the tree.
Jumping on the airship.
Yeah.
Dangerous, man. I don't know how fast it moves.
Oh god.
Well, it depends. I can just like you jump and I'll hit us with a spell and
Yeah,
then just
right. Exactly. And that's how we
Yes.
lost Orin.
Julius.
I'm just going to spend my day reading through the Helping Friendly book. That's what I'm going to do today.
Okay. Great. That is going to probably prove useful to you at some point.
Probably.
Yeah.
And we should talk about what we're going to do when we get to Gold Point too at some point before we get to Gold Point.
Yeah.
So
And
we reached
remind
some
me,
point.
You've spent a couple of other occasions with this book, right?
Yeah. Yeah. In my downtime, like I feel like I've read it like through cover to cover because I don't know how long it is, but I don't think it.
Yeah. It's not super long.
I just think it's dense and weird.
It is very weird. It's like you ever the Seraphilian, the Seraphim book. You ever read that book? It's got like weird pictures and crazy diagrams. It's like a
No, but that
LSD
sounds exactly like what
dream.
this is.
Yeah, it's a little like that. It's like
Yeah.
this book that nobody really knows why it's there, and it's just sort of like, but it's very dense and it's very hard to really make any sense of. But every once in a while, something pops out at you,
Totally.
and on a different reading. Anyway, so all that to say, since you've done this several times before, you now can have a point in occultism.
Oh, sweet. I will totally take that.
Yes.
And then there's like a little section toward the back of that book. Like again, like this has been passed down through the family.
Mhm.
And that's a +2. Yeah, the point gives a +2.
Yep.
Where
the Skyrim level up noise happens.
yeah, nice.
Dun, dun.
But there's like a couple of scrolled like tells of like how to recognize other people who are part of this collective. And so I think I'm going to look for like that's going to be part of what I do in Inara in trying to find help in Gold Point is like, oh, maybe if I can find like-minded folks, they would be willing to help us on our
Cool.
plan.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, there's some secret handshakes or symbols or
Yeah,
things
just
that
like
you
a
can
little like
learn.
etching of like a little lizard, like a real simple like stick figure lizard on a door frame, and then like there's a pin of a bird, and the other two are like words, more just like if you walk into a shop and you're like, oh, hey.
slip it into a conversation kind
exactly,
of thing. Say,
exactly.
the eagle flies at midnight or some
Correct.
craziness. All right. Cool. I will let you determine what those things are if you have an idea, and you let me know when you're using them.
Sure.
Great. So
Ben's gonna be like, I'm using them now.
Like this is the thing.
got it. Okay.
No, we'll just stick with it. We'll just stick with the two symbols for
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
A simple lizard and like a bird. Is that what you said?
Lizard.
Yeah.
Simple lizard.
Mhm.
Okay.
Awesome band name called it. Okay. So
popping.
Anybody else
bottles
doing
on
anything
the
else
ice.
on your way? Inara is
Getting
steering the ship.
slizzard.
Well, let's talk about what we should do when we get outside of Gold Point.
How about we talk about what this letter actually says?
Oh, did you figure it out? Did you bust the cipher?
I mean, I didn't, whatever it might be, but there's these markings underneath letters, and I just put the letters together, and it says something.
What does it say?
It says, "Save
Do you,
my."
no, where are you doing this? Below deck? Inara is there.
She knows though. I showed her the letter that I was
that's
supposed
right,
to
you
kill
did.
her.
So she did.
Everyone's on the up and up.
Oh, right. Yeah, there was a whole conversation about it. I remember now.
Right?
Yeah.
This is
Right?
what happens.
Yeah.
This
in
wasn't just
between
drunk.
sessions,
This
guys.
wasn't just racy, just being drunk. This wasn't a drunk.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. You told her about the letter. You showed her the letter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
there was a
also-
moment that I was like,
you were interpreting it differently. You were interpreting that maybe it was the imposter that you were supposed to kill. She was, I think, more introspective about it. I think she's had some hesitation. I
well,
don't know
because of her vision
Her
that we
vision
don't
that-
actually know about.
that you saw too.
Correct?
There was some hesitation there.
Ravi and Oren do not know about that.
No.
Tony and Will do.
Correct.
Because it was
Will kind of does.
Will kind of.
it was set around the table, so players know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
characters
Players
are
know,
sure.
not all the
characters are
characters.
unknown.
Well, dude, what does the letter say?
Right.
It says, "Save my son, Votor." We have to talk about this, but Votor will sit, kill the elf, stay unknown.
Why was that written in a cipher? It seems like that was written also in plainly.
Well, to me, I think he's trying to cipher it with. I think he's trying to say that Janaway needs to save me from this fate that I've been put on, and that she needs to actually do what I'm supposed to do.
The deed. Well, because like this letter to
But
Janaway.
Will is spelled WLLL as.
I think
but-
your dad thought it was an I in his own handwriting and
Cool.
definitely put a little mark there when it shouldn't have been.
Cool.
But is there an I in between that
Nope.
L and the next
It's
L?
on a wood.
So then, yeah.
There's
So
a
it's
one who would have done well. There's not an I in sight.
Great. So it was
But-
probably he just ran out of letters.
Because like the letter that you got from your dad is the one that says you're gonna kill Inara.
The blood of Otmar is determined
But
to.
that letter is the one that he sent to Will.
That's my ticket.
so like he
Right.
So basically, yeah, they say the same thing because they're saying the same thing to different people. Like that letter is you telling you what you need to do. That letter is to Captain Janeway
Telling
being like,
her what
she
she
needs
needs to
it.
do. But they're two different things. But
So
yeah.
now I have to do this too?
It sort of I think I'll let
crap,
you guys figure
that
it
never
out.
got
It's
to
fine.
her.
no, it definitely never got to her.
We don't know that.
No, it did. It did.
We don't know
We're
that.
Yeah,
fine.
you guys don't know that.
Yeah,
sure.
Ravi and Julius don't know that.
sure.
Oren
I
knows
just
that.
realized that. Tony just realized that.
Yeah.
Sorry, a lot of in and out of character
Yeah, so
stuff.
this letter was supposed to go to Janaway, and then I think it was supposed to eventually go to Jack
Cote.
Cote.
Yeah.
that you will are telling us.
Yeah, but
Thank you.
yeah.
Just to clarify
Well, I
what
didn't know there was
everybody
a
knows.
cipher. I didn't know there was a cipher, but it seems like
Well, apparently
That's
then
the whole point.
apparently
This has cipher.
P.S. There's a cipher here.
Exactly.
Here's the keyword.
Exactly.
but it
Well,
seems like I'm supposed to keep you safe. and
No,
it
but to
seems-
me it seems like that Janaway opened this letter, got this because you're
Right.
not supposed to know the cipher. It was his own cipher to Janaway, his own
Yeah,
shipmate.
something that he used to use that that he knew that
So
she would
he's
know to
telling
dip it in
Jan- so he
seawater and it would reveal the true message.
So he's told Janaway to save me and kill the elf herself and stay unknown. So like, she might be at Gold Point at this point.
But that means I'm the assassin.
No, you're missing the point, man.
I'm Oren now.
I know you're missing the point, man.
Oh, okay.
Ravi is telling Oren, you're missing the point
Okay.
Man.
I-
because
I'm
Janaway
supposed
had
to
this.
save you.
Janaway gave
Gold
this to you.
point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Miss-
So
in the
she
gold
already read
point.
it. The cipher was between
Oh.
my dad telling her something within that
Oh,
letter while giving.
Okay, maybe there's a third cipher.
Dip it in
the
water
second
again.
cipher.
Dip it in something else.
Burn it with fire.
Pee
maybe.
on it.
Have a
do
Kraken
that.
sit on it for 3 days.
Go to KrakenFest. It says right
So,
here.
so
go to
I'm sorry.
KrakenFest.
Say the cipher one more time.
3 coupons.
You have the letter.
It says, "Save my son. Votor will sit. Kill the elf. Stay unknown."
I mean, who knows what Votor will sit means, but
Kill the
Sit.
elf. Stay unknown.
So to me, that's him telling Captain Janeway to save me, go to Inara, save me. Don't know what he's raving about Votor sitting somewhere and killing the elf. I guess to me, the elf is the Oracle. That's the only elf that we know that's important. So,
Well, Janeway
but it doesn't say Oracle. It says
Janeway
elf.
just said to be your bodyguard, so she didn't say to do anything else. So this is news to me.
But she might be undercover in Gold Point too.
Won't that be fun?
Won't it indeed?
Yeah, we don't. You have no idea how she would. Get
No,
there.
I don't. But
Yeah.
like, not having any idea, it's possible that she's
Certainly possible.
read the
So-
cipher and gotten the message.
When we get
Votor will sit.
to Gold Point,
Probably on the throne.
what are we gonna
In
do?
Inara.
I think your spacing's a little off in there.
Votor will sit on the elf. What is it? By Vortor's will?
What? I
Come
don't
on,
think so.
Ravi. You are such an studious.
Vortor will
Save my son
sit.
Votor.
Vortor
Will sit kill?
Zit.
Vortor wills it.
Zit.
Vortor
Will
wills
sit.
It.
Wills it. The S is in the wrong spot.
Votor will sit.
Okay.
Exactly, because he's a good
on
boy.
the throne.
I think that's
on
a
the throne.
perfectly good
Great.
interpretation. Yeah. Vortor is the imposter on the throne in Gold Point.
Oh.
You figured it out.
Sure.
Yeah.
And speaking of Gold Point, what are we gonna do when we get there?
Well, we're going to land outside the city because we don't want to just fly an airship with the Oracle right into the city.
Does this thing have keys? Or can
It
anyone
has
is it magic?
Material.
or can anyone just like hop on here and steal our airship?
Yeah, is it just anybody can
With
can-
magic,
can
is
fly it?
magic the only thing that makes it go?
Magic makes it go faster.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to know how to operate an airship, which, you know,
There's only one of on this continent.
there's one in Bronze Gate. There are more in Gold Point.
Okay.
But it's
You have
like
to
the
go to
Air Force is over there.
Airship school.
Yeah.
Get your
Yeah,
airship license.
2020
So
vision.
I mean, if anyone knows how to drive an airship,
It's
they're
Paterial.
probably here. They're in this city. It's Paterio. I mean, I like to party, guys, but
So because we don't have any more of those messaging rocks, the only way to get back in touch with Teriel, who's going to be guarding this ship, I believe, is we need a rally point and a time. So we need to say, like, we will meet you back here at this time, at this thing, because there's no other way.
Or he can just come with us.
And we just leave the ship unattended.
I mean, you can hide
Or
it.
we could
you know,
park it
You can
at
park it in-
valet at Gold Point. They probably have an airship valet if
I
there's
don't
plenty
think
of
we
them
want
over
to
here.
roll into Gold Point just on an airship. That just seems a little. Is it the word conspicuous? Is that the opposite of inconspicuous? Just being
When-
conspicuous.
Conspicuous is the opposite of inconspicuous. Yes, it's a bit. I don't know. Fly casual. So
So let's hide it outside of town. Let's land it outside of town. Let's put some like bushes and shrubs around it so that nobody can see it. And then either Paterial comes with us or he stays on the ship. And then when we get in there, we need to find out what's going on. We need to either get eyes on Inara, the imposter Inara. We have to find out if the brother is an imposter, and I don't know how to do any of that.
Yeah.
I also don't know if we're going to be able to.
I will point out that so as you guys were approaching the city, you did see like at the end of the long spire, there's a huge tower, and there were many airships like
Chilling.
docking and flying around. So it wouldn't be.
It's like we're going to the docks. We're not just like
Yeah.
flying into the middle of the city and like, hey,
Yeah.
we're here.
Either way, you're going to have to sneak into the city, or you're going to have to go to a gate of some kind at this tall tower port,
Yeah.
or like at the ground.
Well,
level.
we are dressed as Bronze Gadians. I feel like.
Speak for yourself.
Well, we can
And
be. We have the-
what are you dressed as?
A marine.
A Marinen.
No,
Well, whatever. Yeah.
sea elf. Yeah, because he's kind of.
So we
blue
could
anyway.
just dock then.
You
Maybe-
could turn into a bear and we could say we're the circus.
Only for an hour.
We could turn into a bear and say we're the circus.
Only for an hour.
That will get us in. That's all we
I
need.
don't know if it will.
We're with the
Also,
circus.
There
not
are
your
just the
dancing
five
five.
of
We
you on
are
this
the
boat.
circus.
Yeah.
Including Inara and Pateriel. So there's three
What if they
essentially
both
ways you could
save
come
you?
in. What, by sea, at the bottom of the cliff, there's like a small
Which this
port
boat can also, it's
area.
amphibious, but with air,
Yeah,
right?
you could approach by sea if you wanted. You could. Then there's the long ass staircase up to the city.
That doesn't sound fun.
There's the skyport, the big tower on the big cliff part of the city, and then there's like the land approach, right? Like so from the into the city gates, essentially, like the wall that surrounds Gold Point.
If we
on
have
the
to
land side.
I mean, I guess the sea would be the most inconspicuous, but also where we could dock a boat.
I think that's the least conspicuous. Is that the most inconspicuous? Is that what you said?
The least most inconspicuous conspicuously.
Yeah.
Conspicuously inconspicuous.
I think if we have to get out of there quick, having it at the top of the tower is the wrong place to have it.
Or at the bottom of the cliff is also the wrong place
So
to have
maybe
it.
by land. Maybe we just land it outside of the land and we walk into town.
But I think the camouflage is better if the ship is already docked and we've, paid fees and stuff.
That's what I think. I think sea or land, not
I mean,
air.
the ship would be safe generally, like if it was in a port, right?
Yeah, that's
So
what
that-
I'm thinking.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
feel like
if
that's
you're
more
parking it
camouflage
outside
than some
the
band
city,
of what it
something
like.
could
Okay.
happen.
Let's do that.
But if you're
Something
at
happening.
one of the ports, either air or sea, then there's people who like watch it, and assuming that
And
they
there's
are upstanding,
Apparently
they
a
won't
lot
steal your
coming
ship.
and going, so it's like I think we'll just
It would
or
be
just
easy
another-
enough to try to, it
Just
wouldn't be
blend
the
in.
only airship approaching. You wouldn't be the only sea
yeah.
vessel approaching either.
Yeah.
So
So
you
by
could
sea.
try to
By
get
sea.
lost in the shuffle if that's your plan. Like that. That's,
Yeah.
You go
As
with
you're
that?
sort of casing it out, like that doesn't seem impossible either way.
How does Inara feel as far as her being in the city? Like, is she very adamant and trying to figure stuff out?
Will people be recognizing you? Do you need a disguise?
I will be, disguising myself as well. She's got her like bronze gate cloak on. She's gonna try to make
Put
she
little.
pulls her hair back, a little like eye black underneath there. No, she's just trying to look as nondescript as possible. She's
But
certainly-
is she adamant about going? Like, do you want to come with us into the city?
Well, I do. I want to see.
We're gonna
I want to see what's
need.
going on. If there's
yeah.
someone pretending to be me, I want to see who it is.
We don't speak Elven really.
But they weren't
I s-
speaking Elven to us because we could
Yeah.
understand everyone in Bronzegate.
They know how to speak common.
Yeah, we speak a bit of common. We
Apparently, I can understand
like-
Elven. I just don't know how to speak it.
yeah, the outpost guards were speaking Elven to each other, and you were like,
Picking that up.
yeah, you understood them. But in Bronzegate, everybody was addressing you guys in common. It didn't sound like as archaic as like Shakespearean they were speaking at the party.
Mhm.
And there's a little bit of the emphasis is slightly different than the way that the elves speak common, but they seem to have at least a grasp of it,
All right.
just
and
for
then,
sake of having to worry about it. Inara does say it's probably much less likely that it will be spoken widely, but there are not amongst elves we speak Elven, but there are many other.
Can you teach
people
us some
here at
Elven
Gold
so we can get by?
Sure. She teaches you a
Please,
few
thank
phrases.
you,
I'm
hi.
not going to elucidate on them any further, but yeah, you can say like,
Hello.
"No, I don't." So I'm so
Where is the
sorry.
library?
Where's the bathroom?
One beer, please.
One mustache for my bread, and
Yeah.
just like stuff like
Just
that.
colloquialisms to at least start the conversation, then maybe ask to comment or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like it is a super crash course. Like you maybe
Yeah.
spend an hour on it, and you'd know enough to say like,
Sprechen Sie English is basically what I.
yeah, like do you speak common?
Yeah.
Like she advises you not to speak to elves, like if it's all elves, right? Like because
Right.
you guys are posing as elves. You're
Oh.
passable as an elf. You're probably not upon much scrutiny. You might pass for a sea
My
elf,
Kiwi
a
accent is
Marina.
terrible. As soon as I open my mouth, they'll be like, "No, he is not Marine."
He's not from Marina. Yeah. So you could,
But we have a
there's-
few words.
Yeah, you have enough to say, oh, hello, yes,
Just-
thank you,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Is number one for elves like this or like this? How did the elves do
Oh,
number
yeah.
one?
Elves do.
Pinky up.
They
Oh,
have
pinky. They start
yeah,
pinky.
Absolutely,
Oh,
pinky
okay.
up.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Left to right.
No,
right,
it's
right to left.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's weird.
wow. Okay.
Elves have 6 fingers, so
Okay.
it's weird. You have 5.5, but
Where'd that come from?
I'm kidding.
How drunk did I get? Did I get this? Like,
You were
you know how amputation works, right?
speaking
Did
in
I get
gibberish.
opposite amputation? I just wanted another digit.
No, that's just
amputation?
that's just an extra Kraken tentacle from the food earlier. That's not part of you.
So however you are determining you would like to enter land,
See,
No, sea.
by the sea, going into the port town at the base of the cliffs. It's a
Walking
small
up
like
the
collection of
big-ass
buildings.
staircase.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's the least
traveling up the
least conspicuous.
I mean, it's probably like a good half mile up these cliffs. Like it's
For sure.
pretty, just a bunch of switchback staircases all the way up.
So my other
With a couple of guard outposts, sort of on the
position
the
that's
platforms.
Here's to
yeah,
hoping we don't have to
strategically.
get a hasty getaway.
that's easier going down.
Wait, race to get away? We'll get in a race to get away.
And what are you doing? Is Patero staying with the ship?
That's
Or is he
I
coming
think
with?
so.
That's my other question. Is that I'll ask Anara, is that normal for people to stay on ships when they're in docks?
Yes, but quite normal. You're from Jorva, aren't you?
Second
It's a
question.
port town. Yes.
Yeah, but we're in a different land. Maybe etiquette is different.
A fair point. A fair point.
Other question for Anara and the party is, do we need any supplies or what could we get? And do we want to just send him on a supply run for
I hate shopping.
something? No, I know. This would be off camera. So
I'm not sending him to get any health potions. That's for damn sure. So-
Listen, I know you didn't like what I did, but I first of all, my bad. I didn't understand what you were going for. But
I know you like to party, dude. But
Next time, just say like, I want a health potion.
Okay,
And I'll go get you a health
rewind
potion.
it back. That's
When
what I
you're
said,
like-
material.
You said, hey, boil these mushrooms. Make me something good. That's what went in here. Let me
Okay.
tell you that. Okay.
All right.
So I mean, I like to party. I don't want to no false pretenses here. Okay. But yeah, if you guys need something, I mean, I can stay here at the ship. I could go into town. I mean, I know my dad comes here like occasionally, so I've hung around. Like I know the scene a little bit, but
see,
Where could we go
So-
to gather information material?
well, see, that's the thing. Yeah, we could do that, but we could also split up in that way where you just have a shopping list, but you see what's on the
Yeah.
ground,
that's fine.
and we can double back at night because we have one day essentially to when they're supposed to be.
Oh yeah, I could like infiltrate the enemy's camp, like
Just
get a lay of
information
land,
gathering.
find the right people.
All this
Right.
cut
See?
to we're like walking like through there's a big explosion or some material comes running out.
Yeah, like
God.
yeah, you laugh, but like, what part of him has said competence at any point of this entire journey?
I mean,
Hey.
my dad's like a pretty big
Your dad-
general. It's kind of a big deal.
Has
So,
nothing to. But you are
What
not.
are your skills? What are your skills, material?
my
I like
Okay,
the party.
What have you been training in?
war.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
Okay. Number two, I would say stealth. Like I can sneak around. I'm a sneaky guy. I think you're underestimating the sneakiness. Okay, but and like I would say like just like beach is a skill that I have.
Okay.
That's my job.
Insight check out of 10.
You got a 10?
Yeah.
He seems kind of sneaky. He might
No,
be
just
all
in
right.
general of him telling us, is this like a fabricate or is he like hyping himself up? He's probably not that good at any of this stuff, or is
on
he
a,
like
on a 10?
yeah? I'm
Even
assuming
with a 10, you're pretty sure he is
he's all right.
green under the gill. Like,
Oh, okay.
like
This is what
He
he's
is-
studying, though. This
yeah.
is what he's.
he's like, I'm
War
like,
number 1.
yeah, like, like, so he's
Okay.
He is very confident in his skills. He is very
I'll give
confident.
it an A. I'll give him an A for confidence.
He's like, I mean,
Hey, just kind of close your ears for a minute.
what?
I got to tell them something.
Folds him over.
Oh, yeah.
La, 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 la.
Let's see if we can send him on a little errand and see if he's trustworthy.
Okay. Little test.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shopping list. Go get this stuff.
It's already failed my first test.
Cool. Check that against the box.
I'm a war guy. What? What do you? Oh, are you guys done? I'm sorry. I was
Yeah.
humming a song. It was really good.
So where should we go to gather? Like
I
how
like
how are we
the-
going to learn about? How are we going to learn about?
What's a good place to go to gather information? You know the city. You've been here.
Yeah, I mean, like, so people go to the like.
Is there a big
There-
tavern? Is there a
Well,
like?
I mean, yeah, this is a pretty big city, man. There's a lot of taverns. Like, you could go.
What's like the tavern? What's the
Well,
place to be at?
It depends on what kind of information are you looking for. Like
High end, probably a high end,
there's-
like
Yeah,
a
the people
like a
that attended the
lounge, like a-
coronation.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So you probably want to go to like the upper district of the city, like out by the by the cliffs, like the gold, where the big tower is, right? Like,
Yeah.
I guess so.
you go out there, that's where the palace district is. So like, that's where like all the aristocrats and the rich people that my dad hangs out with goes. Like, they go there.
They'd be less likely to talk though too. I feel
Like,
like
they're
about the
kind
help?
of dicks. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but like,
What about the hired help of the coronation?
The caterers.
Yeah, the
Oh.
caterers. Where were the caterers?
oh well, they're. I mean, most of those guys are like, they're going to be in like the market districts, like where all the sellers, the people live like all around there. There are people who live in some less nice parts of town, like outside the walls. It's like small villages and things that sort of pop up around the big city because you gotta get into the big city. But I mean, like, I would talk to like I don't know, like one of the guildsmen or something. Like one of the people that really knows the ins and outs of the cities, like who comes and goes. That like they always have people at the rich people stuff, but like they kind of know the inside track. You know what I mean? Like,
And how do we get eyes on the Oracle and the Oracle's brother? Is there like public viewing? Is there like court?
was it like an
Court?
art museum? I guess.
Is it like court? Where you
Yeah, they
hold-
like have courtly duties and stuff. I guess I don't know what kings and queens kind of do, but
Well,
like,
maybe we could like
sort of
go
what
to
they do.
court. I don't know about
Dress
this
like
stuff, Ravi.
that?
This
I
is
mean,
yours
you
kind of lifestyle stuff.
Yeah, but we're also
I mean-
in Elven etiquette land, so
Yeah, I mean, like, so.
I know. Does Anara know? Anara, do
Well-
you know like how often does the Oracle need to be seen? Need to be out? Need to be? I don't know. Like, is it normal for?
I had only just begun my, court training and all that stuff before we.
Well, you're
left.
kind of with what the original, the
I mean,
Oracle
the
before you.
is rather robust. I think there's various emissaries coming from all over, from Fenora, the sister country to the north. I imagine there would be a delegation from Bronze Gate coming once the coronation was happening. All of that
We
has
are the
been-
delegation.
We could be the
all
delegation.
of that has been moved up. That's an interesting idea. We could pose as an advance of the main delegation. That could
I
also
like it.
Well, then we should probably park up top.
Also true.
True.
Yes.
That's
we
not
should al-
information gathering. That's full on. Like that's eye to eye. Like that's
I think that
Go
might be,
time.
but I think that might be. I point to Anara, luck on our side, and it has been since we've gotten here.
It's
But we do
risky,
need,
but
at that point, I
work.
feel like we might need nice clothes. Do we need better clothes than just like the Bronze Gate like military attire that we got?
Well, I mean, that would be
this looks nice.
generally they would be expecting someone from the Bronze Gate, the generalry, the war council. Right?
I point to Paterial.
Hey guys, I'm a war guy. I'm ready to go.
Yes.
Let's do this. All right. I'll shine up my armor. All right. He runs down. He's like, oh, this is gonna be so fucking cool.
Julius, what do you think? What should we do? Because
I
you don't
hate
like any of these.
everything that's happening right
What should
now.
we do?
Please continue.
What should we do,
No,
Julius?
I'm along for this ride.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, Anara comes back and said she sort of keys back into the conversation after watching Paterial just like get all excited about being a war guy, being a general. He's like brushing out his little bristly mustache, and she says, "We would probably need a better reason to like that we are the advanced." Coterie of the General's Council from Bronze Gate.
Forward.
They would be expecting like much more ceremony at that point. If we were to be the I mean, it's not impossible. We could
That's fair.
come up with a fair cover story, but
No, but we're the people.
if we want to get into the palace, I don't think
We're the publicists. Make
I
sure
don't think we
everything's
come
okay
with
the
for-
for.
security
a lot of
detail.
fanfare.
We're the security detail. We're checking out the rooms and the stuff. We're the secretaries and the whatever it is. We're the people that coming before. We're the people before the people.
that could be a
Or
could
we
be a
go
good
information
disguise.
gathering and talk to people
Yeah.
to learn. Although I
Yeah.
also don't know what we would learn.
it might be good to get sort of a feel for the city, see what things are going on, and see if there's any. I agree with Paterio. Some of the guild artists, the guild leaders might have more of an insight. Depending on if we can get an audience with them to know what's going on, there is the root of just the common people have oftentimes a finger on the pulse of the city, and if things are amiss, maybe that's disseminated down to them even at this point.
So we'll go to the sea.
I think the
we'll go
should
the
be
sea
as
route.
unassuming as possible. I think that's the
That's fair.
And
Not
if we
to come
come into
in-
contact with some people before we end up at the guild, then we do that. Or otherwise, we make our way toward the guild.
Yeah, just keep our eyes and ears open while we're making our way and
Yeah.
see what
Yeah. What's
people are
going on?
saying.
Yeah.
And there is very like fantasy, like there's a thieves guild, there's a merchants guild, there's like all the things you would expect to find in a fantasy city.
I feel like some sort of guild that had something to do with the coronation. So I don't know what that would be other than the like bakers. I don't know. Like what help me.
The catering guild.
Yeah. Other than the food people.
No, man. I mean, like people who are like money always knows what's going on. Like the
Yeah.
the mercantile
Okay,
guild
yeah.
would know what was going on.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
assume. Like,
No, because they have eyes and ears everywhere.
A religious guild? I just don't know. Like I can't.
well, I think
pose
those
as
are
a-
called churches. But I was gonna go check out. I was
Whatever
gonna go.
the
Yeah.
equivalent is.
Yeah.
Go like.
and there is an arcanists guild, and that's actually like the library, because we
See? Donde está la biblioteca?
you had a conversation with Inara about her brother, and
Mhm.
he was like involved in the Seers Guild,
Mhm,
the
mhm,
Arcanists Guild that
Mhm.
works in the library, and they like
mhm, mhm.
do a lot of that history and kind of stuff like that. So that's sort of what's in the base of one of the other spires in the big tower in the palace district is what is the library.
Let's do it. I don't know what we're doing.
All right. So before we go,
We
any
just talked
further,
about it for 20 minutes. That's what we
I
did.
know. I still don't know which guild we're going
So
to.
we didn't
or
do
where we're
anything.
going.
I'm going to need a roll from each of you on a D20, and this is a straight up luck check. So you're going to roll, and before you roll, tell me high or low, and then make a roll. Who wants to start?
I will.
I need to make sure I write this down, because if I don't, I'll forget it. Okay. Tony, go ahead.
Hi.
What'd you roll?
A 1.
Ooh, good one. All right. Will?
Hi.
I think you roll that again.
Should I? It's good.
Yeah.
Is it cock? I can't see it. You can tell me whatever it is, whatever you want to say.
7.
7. Great. All right. You don't have any idea what these mean.
Oh, I'm aware. We'll go low.
Natural 20.
Yeah, right. 15.
And a 15.
We're going to do great. On the point of luck, though, Ravi,
Fantastic.
and luck being on our side and bringing the Godstones, during KrakenFest Day 2, it seemed like either you didn't have the Godstone or you were ready to throw it into the ocean. I made this thing here. It looks a little rudimentary. I'm not really good at weaving yet, but it looks like a little like it's kind of like a rudimentary necklace, but I took the inside of one of the pant pockets, and it's like so it's like a little pouch, and I sewed it all together, and like you can put the stone in there and just wear it like how I've got it, and it's just like the most secure, and just keep it like under your shirt kind of, and that way you won't lose the Godstone or like accidentally throw it into the ocean or anything like that. But anyway, I made this for you, and it's like a little like rope necklace, but
All
it's,
right,
this is
cool.
all I had, but this is all I had with me, and it's like a little pouch, and it'll cinch. It can cinch too. It's got
Little drawstring. Oh,
yeah.
that's nice. Thank you. That's really nice. That's nice to see you guys getting along.
Thanks.
Look,
Anar.
we're matching.
I mean, it's not as good. If I could set it in amber and stuff, I would. Like,
Yep.
we don't have that kind of
I
time.
mean, that would
Yep.
be the most secure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're approaching by sea. So you're sort of Inara will sort of guide the ship out into the water, like out of sight of the watchtowers
Like a water
or
plane.
anything like
We're
that.
just gonna.
Yeah, and just sort of like
But then like around the corner because
Yeah.
yeah, coast in under the power of your sails. Alrighty, and you're heading towards the gold
Center of
port.
town,
Yeah,
yeah.
sort of the base of operations. It's sort of like just a dock area with a couple of rotunda buildings, sort of almost built into the cliff itself, and some docks for various ships and things. It's a pretty bustling place. It's easy enough to find a slip, and you're sort of directed into a small.
Small boat slip.
Yeah.
And we're looking up at the Manitou Incline to get into town.
Yes, essentially. Like you're looking straight up this giant golden cliff.
This was not well thought out.
It's one of the most defensible places on the continent.
I guess that's it. I guess that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So then you are approached by a rather gruff-looking dwarven man on the edge of the dock, and they throw you a line to tie off, or they catch your line probably, and they tie it off for you.
I say like a what ho kind of like a sailing hello to him in Dwarvish.
Ahoy!
I have ahoy in Dwarvish. I have a little Dwarvish.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. It's nice to be greeted in the old tongue. Thank you very much.
Oh, I don't understand any of that.
He says it in he says it straight up Dwarvish. You don't just like
And I just say ahoy again.
ahoy. He's like, oh, sorry, is that your name, son? This time in Elvish.
I'm just gonna turn around and I'm gonna start doing some of the rope.
Just doing a
gonna
rope.
turn around.
Yep,
and-
doing a rope. Fantastic. Great. So then he looks around. Inara calls out, says, "Yes, good man, tie us off. We have business in town. We're needed we're needed topside." In Elvish, you just hear her say something in Elvish. And this guy who's gonna yeah, no, he's and she says, in common, she says, "Yeah, don't worry about the Elvish with us. You know, we're from Bronzegate. We speak common." He goes, "Oh, thank God. It's just a little bit, protocol around here is always a little bit crazy. How are ye today? State your business, please, and we'll get you on your way." Takes out a little
Ravi,
bit of.
Ravi, talk to them.
I thought we came up with our cover story. Well, I thought that's what we talked about
No,
this whole
no,
time.
we didn't.
Charisma, I got nothing.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
We're just stopping in town to resupply as we travel up north to Fendor.
Fenora. Yeah.
Fenora.
Yeah. Fenora is north.
We have business up there, but we need to restock here.
Very well. Very well. And how long will you be staying?
Possibly, let's say 2 nights.
2 nights. Great. That will be, let's see, 2 nights. It's just about evening. We'll give you the discount there. That's fine.
Well, thank you, good sir.
Yeah, that'll be 4 gold tonight, 5 for the next. So 9 gold, please.
I give him 10.
9 gold it is. Thank you.
Yes.
Says, we'll keep a good eye on her. It's not every day we get folks in from Bronzegate, but always good to see ya.
It's good to see you too, good sir.
Yeah, we're real important war guys, so we'll just be on our way. Thanks. You see, Paterial has put on an extra breastplate and 2 shields, and he's walking out.
This is your problem.
Swagging.
This is your problem.
What was it about laying low?
Don't mind.
I got this, guys. I'm going with the plan.
Don't mind my nephew. He's just a little off.
He's special.
Oh, okay. He's excitable. Well, would you like a sticker, young man, from the docks here at Gold's Point? He goes, I don't think I have room for any stickers. Maybe an extra war medal, or
We'll get you a war medal, there, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. Sweet. All right. Let's go.
Can I get a sticker, please? Can I get a dock sticker?
Oh, one for you too. If you have a wee one at home, there you go.
Yeah, and like different docks around Inara here.
Collect them all.
Are they?
No, there's just kind of the one we give to little kids. It says like honorary sea captain.
Yeah.
You know. Gold point.
Now we have our story.
I played Monkey Island. This is going to come in very important at some point. I'm sure it is.
Fantastic. I love everything. I love everything about it. All right. So
Max does not.
So you guys are heading off the ship. Pateriel is coming with you, presumably, unless you tell him to stay here
Just
with the ship.
leave the shield. We don't need the shields, man. Just leave the shields.
How am a war guy? I feel like we're generals, right?
You were going to send him off shopping, I think, right?
I also have a job for you.
Oh, okay. Covert operation.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, cool. What's the deal?
So you need to take all that stuff off. And just go regular clothes.
Stealth man.
Take it off.
Like no armor, just the regular.
It took me like the whole
attire.
boat ride to get into this stuff. So okay,
Well,
okay, fine. Okay, he goes.
You played
back
dress
down.
up, and
You hear just like clanking underneath the deck, and then he comes out sort of back in his normal, like, you know, regular leather armor garb, like soldier.
yeah, with the
bronze gate, yeah,
whatever.
like the-
So I'll give him a piece of paper that we'll discuss later because I don't have it yet.
with a list of things that you guys decided you needed.
Yes, I was just like, hey, I know we're in town. We do need to resupply. So if you can get these things for us, and
Awesome.
we'll reconvene back here in what, a couple hours to get the first lay of the land, and then we can make maybe a better judging point of where it.
Well, it's already evening, so reconvening here is going to be night. We should probably we need to find some place to stay, unless Inara knows people or we have to find
Yeah, I guess that's true.
room. So Paterial, if he's not staying in the ship, should probably come with us so he knows where we're going to stay, and then you can send him out.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Yeah, because we don't want to stay on the ship. That's a lot of stairs to be going up and down.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Inara, do you have people here? Like, do we have like some sort of place? Like, do you have people?
I have a lot of people. I'm from here. Most of the people that I know would be at the palace.
But presumably
We need
they
a-
think that you are there already. Potentially.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
But if
Okay.
we're going in under guise of not
Yeah.
saying who I am, just to figure out what's going on. I mean,
Yeah.
I could walk through the gates, presumably if the other person wasn't there or they hadn't just seen them. But the chances of that probably get a lot higher the closer we go to the palace. I could potentially call on. I mean, I know many of the merchant leaders. I know the guild leaders. I know, courtly in passing. I don't have. It's possible I could call one of my trusted, servants, handmaidens and things at the palace. If to get us in, I don't. We have to find them by themselves and
or to find out what was going on. I mean, do they like to go out or drink? Do your handmaids all live in the palace? Are they? Is there
Off-site?
who runs like errands or takes food in, or could we?
They yes, I think they do. They don't live in the palace all the time. They have families. They have lives outside of here. We could potentially find them at one of the smaller taverns on the outskirts of town. There's a few that I think I've heard them mention. As you might imagine, I don't spend too much time there. Even when I was a soldier and a ranger, we didn't go to
Sure.
all of those. It's more the
But
military bars. and
Checking
stuff.
out tonight.
Certainly, we can go to there.
And then presumably like a hotel, some sort of.
There's inns, there's
Yeah,
rooms
inn,
available.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have to stay here on the ship. We can the ship will be perfectly fine here.
Mhm.
And Paterial can come back when he's done with his shopping and restock leave it at the ship. We can tell him to meet us somewhere. he's off buying. So with I think you said the instructions to meet you back at in 4 hours at the ship.
Sure.
A few hours in the ship. So his understanding is he'll come back with the stuff and just wait until he hears from you guys. He's not gonna
Julius was saying that maybe we go up the stairs together, find an inn, and then make that the rendezvous point.
Yeah, make that the meeting.
Okay.
point.
Yeah, you can let him know that.
Okay.
He'll find.
We'll discuss this all the way up the stairs.
Yeah, well, he has to go there too.
We're discussing this as we're going up the stairs. Okay.
Yeah. There is a big a lift that you can go up, but you have to pay for it. So it's normally for goods and things, but you can walk up for free.
We're walking.
Fair. Normally the lift is for goods and things being
okay.
loaded up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not really for people, but people.
It's a
go
dumb
with
waiter.
this stuff. Essentially, yeah. It's like that.
How much faster is it than the stairs?
Noticeably.
Great. So if we need to make a hasty retreat,
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to note. But let's stay
Yep.
inconspicuous.
Alrighty. So let's. I'm gonna roll.
So we're either heading to we're finding an inn to sleep.
Find
for
an
the
inn.
night.
I'm sure that'll be pretty quick because it's right at the top of the stairs of this place, and I bet there's rooms pretty nearby to the.
And then we either head
docks.
to a merchant's guild, but it's late, or we head to one of these pubs that potentially her handmaidens
Yeah,
frequent.
maybe that part of town. Yeah,
Okay.
a little lesser, not as rich part of town, and where the help basically, takes a load off and has a few drinks after work, kind of thing. So
you have to make sure Ravi doesn't get wasted.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Even when you think you're off the clock, you're kind of on the clock. Yeah.
Inara.
I got you, Julius.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys get to the top, up this long ass staircase. There's a couple of guard outposts that they don't pay you much mind. There's not a lot of traffic right now, going up the stairs of people. So you sort of walk through these gates, and there's a couple of guards posted off to either side, and they're just sort of waving you through. You don't have any goods or bags or any, a
or
lot
it's
of
like,
wares.
do you have a
and stuff.
sticker? Do you have another one?
Oh, you want a sticker? You want a sticker, guys? I'm a war guy. I don't need a sticker.
I hope it's more like a patch, I feel like.
Yeah, it's sort of like a patch.
Yeah,
It's called a sticker because it has just a big, pin.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Yeah, you stick it on yourself. But yeah, it's sort of like a little
Honorary sea captain.
honorary
Yeah.
sea captain.
It's a badge. It's
Yeah.
a sheriff badge.
Yeah, they're very cheaply made, probably etched into tin without hardly any real thought. Or that.
At the
So you
bottom
get
says
up-
Gold Point, Inara.
Yeah. So you get up to the top gate, and so there's the main entry at the top of the stairs, into the city. Large, golden gilded gates that are currently open as the sun is going down. So they're getting ready to close the gates down to a single door, and so the torches are being lit, and you are, you're allowed in. They check that you were given not only your badge but a little passage
Like a
paper that
receipt
says I'm here
or
for
whatever.
2 days.
Yeah.
Our ship's down there, and they
Or papers.
very easily wave you through, and then Inara starts to guide you through the streets, and she has to probably stop and ask directions. Yep, and she's looking for. She's not been to this particular tavern before that you're looking for.
On the way, I would be curious does her family live here? Inara's family? Her mom and dad and those people,
People who birthed her.
for instance? And maybe they're in danger and or safe.
She says the only family I have is my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about all she says about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
She
I'm
kinda
not
gets
gonna
quiet.
yeah.
Can
it's,
you talk to him?
Is there something on your forehead?
Can you talk to him through the
Uh,
head powers?
no, I don't
I don't know.
I'm not tried.
Ravi talked a lot about science, and you're kind of
Yeah, but it
people-
usually has a
psionics.
it usually science.
Science?
You were saying a lot about it before we were getting on the ship and how they can talk in there.
Yeah, I mean that's what Julius can do, but it has a range. You can't just like, depending on where, you have to know where the target is,
Is that one of your
Yeah.
powers though?
and even if you do, they would have to be in
What-
some sort of range.
You were speaking telepathically, right? Like, but that was
Message.
a spell. Yeah, message,
Yeah.
right?
But you don't have a way to talk to your brother outside of talking to him.
Not unless I could probably cast a spell or something to do that, but I would have to see him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or know
And
his
there's no-
precise location.
Right.
Okay.
And I don't. And again, if he is alive, then, or if it's a similar situation that he is an imposter as well, I would have no way of knowing unless I see him.
Okay.
Then maybe I could tell, but I don't. It wouldn't be like I could find him in a way. Maybe. I don't know. I would have to see him. And the best chance of that would be to go to the palace or to find out where they're going to be, what the schedule is tomorrow.
I think that's the better idea for now. To still lay low and be part of the crowd.
So they take you to a place called, you find directions to a little tavern called the Golden Almiraj, which is a little unicorn bunny. A little bunny rabbit with a horn sticking out.
Oh, see, this looks nice.
Almiraj,
Yeah.
a
And
bunny corn.
yeah, a little bunny corn. It seems like a tavern of the people, the working class folks of Gold Point live in here. There are it's a rather, like a Friday-ish night. The
Friday-ish.
whatever they call Friday. It's like people are cutting loose. There's music coming from inside. There's several tables. It looks like a lot of people have various sets of dice and cards, and a lot of people are playing games, and it looks like they are gambling and carrying on. Mostly elves in here, but you do see some some gnomes and some dwarves. Not unexpectedly, no humans, and even maybe there's like a half orc, like large burly kind of dude sitting off to the side and as more of a bouncer really as you walk in. But yeah, it seems like a sort of a working class type of establishment, and you are you see a woman behind the bar as you come in, and she is kind of like has fiery red hair sticking almost straight up in like a cone, and she has sort of flame erupting sort of the tips of her fingers, and she's warming up several pots of concoctions and cocktails, and these seems like they specialize in hot cocktails here at the Golden Almiraj. Yeah, hot toddies and stuff. That time of night, but she is like a fire elemental kin woman. So she has sort of
That's cool.
embers for eyes, and they're kind of glowing, and yeah. So she seems to be sort of half fire elemental, like sort of her situation.
Nara, do you see your people here?
And she looks around and she sees. All right.
20 people.
She sees
The whole bar, she knows.
20 people. She sees 20 people. She sees a group of halfling women over in the corner. There's a men and women. There's just happens to know some of them. They are in sort of long purple kind of aprons, and some of them have pulled off the aprons and thrown them on the
Like
the
they're-
chairs
yeah, they're
or something.
u-
Like
they're
they're work
uniform.
uniforms. They came here after work. They don't appear to notice you at this point, but she says, "Damn, I know her. She's one of the the chambermaids at the palace. She works in the
Well, that,
in the room. She takes care of the
I mean,
rooms.
that's a good first step, but then how do you approach her?
We can go intimidate.
That sounds
No.
like a bad idea.
That's just one. It's just where.
I could potentially. She
s-
might think it's the same person she thought saw at the palace, just sneaking out. I wouldn't normally come to this kind of place unless I needed
Yeah,
help.
so guess, yeah, would be a good.
Might be an inn.
Yeah. I
mean,
speak
this,
a little.
this is an inn,
happily
but it might be an inn
with
with her.
with them.
is what I meant
We're
to say.
in an inn, but
I know we're in an inn, but we have an inn.
So
with
we're
her.
taking you out for the night to show you how the common folk you want to
That's as plausible as anything.
you
I've
want to
heard.
just party like the people. You want
I-
to see the people that you're now the oracle of.
Yeah, get the pulse of the city.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Let's go.
Also, don't have to do any talking.
what, us or her?
Us, like specifically,
Oh,
if
for
we're
sure.
the hired muscle and like the bodyguards, then like
Well, that was my more thought is like we don't approach. I was just airing out ideas of how she would approach her because it would seem out of place that she would just be here. So does it need to be more one-on-one? Could
Maybe
you just walk
we're
up to
your
that?
guards, or we're some guards, but you want to talk to her about the common people.
I think that as soon as we approach her, I think I'm just going to tell her what's going on.
Okay.
Try to feel what's going.
yeah. See if
If
she's
you think
noticed.
that's a good idea. I mean,
Do you want us like right there with you, or should we sit down at a table, get drinks, and kind of keep an eye out? Should this be more of an alone? Should you just go alone?
I think you should be there with me.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and I'll go talk to Quina.
Is she the chambermaid or the bartender?
Quina Stone. She's the chambermaid. Her
Okay.
name's Quina Stonewhistle.
Quina Stonewhistle.
Kino.
So Quina. Quina with a Q.
No, Kino. We're gonna play Kino.
Luck is on our side.
I know.
Yeah, so she's carrying on with her friends. Inara comes up behind her and sort of taps her on the shoulder, and immediately she turns around with a drink in her hand and says, "Oh, my lady Inara!" Yeah, she definitely does that. She's, "Oh, my lady, what are you doing out of the palace? This is amazing. Why are you?" And she says, she says, "Quina, I need to
Well, that's one bit
speak
of
with you. Are we
information.
safe?"
It looks like her.
They are like that's
It's
my first thing
doppelganger,
is
yeah.
like she immediately recognized her.
Yeah, like she looked, she was like right there. She pulled back her hood a little bit. She'd been keeping a low profile to that, but yeah, like
No, but
from her
whoever's in the
perspective, this is the same woman
Who's
that
in
she
the-
saw. Not
Yeah, they're
you
gonna
know.
look identical if they're posing as like the Oracle.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how many people know what the Oracle looks like, so it could be like close resemblance, but not.
this.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Anyway.
I don't know why that wasn't my first my
And she
first
goes,
thought.
"Oh, my lady, I mean, this is what a wonderful treat. Does the council know you're here? Does your brother know you're here? What?" And she says, I need to speak with you, Quina, and are we safe here?" And she says, "Oh, I can't imagine why not. What do you mean?
There's no safer place than the Bunny Corn Inn.
The Golden Almiraj is fine."
The
And-
regal bunnycorn.
She says, "Would you? I mean, we can go to my house." And she sort of starts to see that like something's wrong, right?
Distress,
She's like, "Oh, my lady, are you all right? What are these men bothering you? Should I?" She kind of pushes up her sleeves for a second. She says, No.
I put my hand on my hilt.
Roll initiative. No. So she getting in the bar fight. Oh shit. So she says, let's have you guys roll something. I need you to roll some
Influence?
Trickery?
You roll intimidation.
I was okay. Yeah,
You roll. You can roll.
Can I roll influence?
How about influence? Yeah. How to win friends and influence people.
Yeah, I'm trying to like be charismatic in my stature of we're safe
Yeah.
people.
What's your passive intimidate? Yeah, she's like, she's trying to show, intimidate you guys, and she rolled a 3, so she's like, okay, I'm gonna get these guys up to 3 feet tall.
I'm not doing too much
Takes
better.
off
with
her
an
high
11.
heels.
Okay. An 11, like,
Yeah,
you reach
takes
for
the
your
earrings
sword,
out.
but only kind of half-ass it,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not, like, she's not immediately threatened.
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 on influence. You sort of pull back your hood, and your sort of light hair and slightly pointy ears are enough to put her at ease. And if I haven't
I
pointed
don't know.
out
Ever since
before,
I've been here, I think they're pointier.
they are pointier, like a little more pointy than they were when you left.
A little more pointy.
That was an extra half finger.
Yeah, you're getting a little nub right there. Little
I
6
am
finger.
growing. You're right.
No. They don't have 6
Oh
fingers.
no.
So
Yeah, just
so Quina is sort of like, oh, okay. She rolled an intimidate and failed, and then she failed again on it influence. So she doesn't notice that you guys are not elves or
Word.
whoever you claim to be.
perfect.
So her insight was terrible. So she says, okay, very, very well, my lady. We can go. My house is not but about a couple of blocks from here. So she gets her stuff, and she pays for her tab and steps out into the night air with you guys. As you're walking down the street, she sort of keeps an eye out, keeps an eye on you guys, but also looking around to make sure like she's not about to get jumped or there's not any danger to Inara. And then you guys find yourselves in a small ground floor little home built into these row houses that are sort of in this very residential quarter of the town.
But it's a halfling's home.
It's a halfling house. The roofs are low, so you guys are definitely having to like sort of hunch down a little bit. She pulls up some stools and a couple of benches that are probably like beds for you, but for her, but like sofa, chairs for you. And you see a couple of little faces peek down from this little staircase. Mama, who's there? I said, who are these people?
Are they speaking halfling? Or are they speaking?
They're speaking common. Like
common.
they're just
Oh.
It seems like that's sort of what everybody speaks is, unless they're like in exclusionary company. They
Gotcha.
generally are just going to speak common.
I might so I'm just gonna try to make eye contact with one of the kids, and I'm just gonna start glowing alternatingly on my fingers and attempt to just entertain them.
Make an influence check with advantage.
Yeah, 17.
17. I like him, mommy. He's funny. Ida, get to bed, you. Uvita, take your sister upstairs, please. It's Ida and Uvita, for those playing the home game. Halfling children. They're 6 and 4, and they're precious.
Their address?
Their address is no. So she sort of starts. She's drawing the shades around the house. Is a small little cooking fire and everything. And she says, "You're lucky that my husband's working the overnight shift, so I don't know if he'd be too pleased for late night company in the house. But what is the meaning of all this? Who are these men?"
We don't need to stay any longer than we have to, but we have some dire-ish news. I'm curious, have you noticed anything strange about Our Lady Inara in the last, let's call it, week or so?
Not particularly. I haven't seen much of her this week. I mean, she's been a bit preoccupied, what with the coronation being moved up so quickly. What is the why? What is the problem? She says, I guess I have the palace has been a bit more uptight. I mean, more than usual, my lady, no offense, but the general demeanor has been a bit distant, a bit cold. I guess. I just figured it was because you have a lot to deal with, my lady. That there's a lot going on with the coronation and the troubles at sea, from what I hear, and
Go for it.
No, you.
Yeah, the troubles at sea. Can you recount for us
What you know from that?
oh, well,
and how your lady Inara ended up back at the palace after the troubles at sea?
well, it was quite the stir for quite some time. The reason that you had to come back so quickly and abruptly was because there was an attempt on your life at sea. Your brother was able to save you and bring you back. There was some
True,
wizard
and then
boy
not true.
that was an assassin of some kind or something, snuck aboard your ship, tried to end you right there. Had it not been for the quick thinking of Lysander and to use your teleportation stone to bring you back through the storm wall somehow, all might have been lost. And then, of course, the need to bring up the coronation before the ships could arrive, and possibly an invading fleet at this point. We don't know, but is that not what happened?
It's really close.
Who's gonna tell her?
And Anar is willing to speak up. I just don't want to talk to
No, yeah,
myself. for, like,
no,
half an hour.
absolutely.
No, I totally get that.
What about the brother? Is Lysander seem himself lately? Since he returned?
Lysander seems a bit on edge, changed. He's become very protective of Inara.
Have their routines both been the same?
Well, it's been nothing but coronations and receptions and
So routine's a little bit
dignitaries and
different now.
things now that the coronation has
Are
happened.
the rooms themselves darker in any way? I'm asking Shadow King question.
darker?
I'm asking some shadow questions.
asking Shadow King question.
Are they darker? I just wonder.
Not that I've
Okay.
noticed. No.
All right.
So is
You bring
there?
up a drawing. Have you seen this man? It's like a shadow.
Do you remember the first time you met Our Lady here?
Oh yes, it was just after the passing of the previous oracle. It was not a week after. I imagine they had discovered the new oracle, and she was brought to the palace. That was what 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
Wow.
What
What was the weather like that day?
it was
Or was that what we're doing now?
well, it was a nice, fair weather spring day, I think.
I look at Inara.
She goes, it was spring. And I do believe my first day at the palace was sunny skies and a nice breezy day off the point.
We have reason
She's
to
right.
believe there's an imposter on the throne. We have reason to believe the reason that they are so distant is because there has been a coup, and that this is your actual Inara.
Well, yes, of course, this is Inara.
And the one that
I mean, you're
is-
dressed slightly different, but what are you saying? my
She
lady?
didn't come back with
She says,
Lysander.
I-
Okay.
She says, I'm not the one at the palace. I was.
Kidnapped.
These three here have rescued me and brought me back. I was kidnapped by the Shadow King. We were there. We were at Delos. Just Delos, my lady. The ancient ruin? In the heart of the forest? How did you manage to get there? And who are these
We're the champions at KrakenFest.
You were in bronze. Well, I assume you're in bronze gate.
Mine just says crack right now.
So who is
Exactly.
coronated?
Exactly.
She looks just like you. I am quite confused. This is just absolutely treacherous. If what you say is true, then we have crowned a false oracle.
And either Lysander is in on it, or there's a false brother as well.
Not sure about that part.
A second imposter? Where is the real Lysander, if not?
Oh, we could find out about that, actually.
If we have a message, we are hoping to be able to intercept what may or may not be left of the original ships. They should be getting in
Tomorrow.
tomorrow,
Tomorrow, I think.
sometime soon. But we assume if there's an imposters on the throne, they certainly won't like the ships coming back.
Yes, we were told that the assassins were attacking all the ships, and that they were. Lysander had mentioned that they were not. That he wasn't sure if any of them had survived. We weren't 100.
We're not really sure either, but if any did, tomorrow is their arrival day, or at least pinpointed at. And
Yes, that would have been.
as
they were
Julius
expected to
said,
arrive
we would
tomorrow.
imagine if they are imposters, they're not gonna like survivors coming back.
Loose ends.
Loose ends.
Well, that would stand.
So we wanted to try to intercept that.
So
We
we
have
have a faction that hopefully is doing that, but we are here on the ground to see what is going on and what we can do about it, to see that your proper ruler, the rightful oracle, is placed on your throne, is coronated.
Oh,
Because whoever is up there now does not have the best intentions of your people at their heart.
I would imagine not. If they've managed to put a very accurate copy of you on the throne, that can only lead to. Well, we have to do something about it. We have to get you into that palace so you can figure out what's going on. Is that your plan? Are you going to confront her, my lady? Are with these ragamuffins? These ragtag?
Is that your plan?
We were hoping you'd
Get
come
her?
up with a plan for us.
I am.
Miss-
I changed the sheets.
Miss
and-
Stonewhistle.
Well,
This is a man in the iron mask situation.
this is a
We're
man
the
in the
th-
Iron Mask.
We're the
situation.
three musketeers trying to put the rightful heir on the throne.
Oh, interesting. I like it.
Sorry, not rightful, different heir on the throne.
There's also a Book of Jericho situation happening right now, I think, as well.
Book of Jericho. I don't even get it.
Jericho, Jacob? We'll talk later.
Yep.
Do you know when? Do you know when the next event is that they're supposed to be seen at? Or
They are entertaining some guests from Fenora tomorrow. The council, the Arcanist Council is due to arrive as well. They were originally going to greet the ships, but I believe they're holding court with the new Oracle tomorrow. That
The
was what we were-
Arcanist from
they're the
Fenora?
ruling body in Fenora, our
Sister.
sister country, we share a border with.
Oh, okay.
To the
Oh.
north.
Is that an open event? Can riffraff
Yes,
like us?
court is allowed for you have to have certain
credentials?
credentials. That's the word to get in. I could help you with that. I could get you in to the palace at least, and if you can
That would
look
be stellar.
like a fair military detachment of perhaps dignitaries or something, you might be able to. You could be in the throne room and see them during court, I'm sure, but we'll have to see what else we could do. When would you like to go? Should we go now? Should we tomorrow? You should stay here and stay safe.
Stay the night. Yeah, we figure it out tomorrow. we should also talk with our people.
With the stones.
I mean, I'll pull out one of the stones and see if we have a message.
Yeah, they're
One
both flowing.
voicemail.
They're both one
Oh.
from both the Navy, making their way around the
Sure.
continent and up to Fenora there,
Oh my God, there's so much blood.
and also one from the Marinans who are traveling up the coast to try to intercept
the ships.
the ships in the submarine.
I want to be able to talk to them, but we could listen.
Well,
Okay.
it's a one in, one out situation.
I know, but I want to talk back. I want to be the one to talk back.
Can you hear me?
You can send them. Yeah, you have to
Okay.
send a message.
Okay.
It's going to take a little bit to get this message. Looks like it was. It's
What's the time code on?
Yeah,
time
exactly.
code
When was
uh,
it delivered?
today at 4:37
Oh.
p.m.
Excellent.
And
Anaran time.
Beep.
Anaran Standard Time.
Anaran Standard Time. This is, hey
Wait,
there.
which one?
Not quite
Oh,
sure
okay.
how this thing works, but gonna hope it is sending along even through the bubble ship. Signal's not terribly great out here in the middle of the ocean. But you guys there? Hello? No, wait, that's not how this works. We found a rather large ship that's made it through the storm wall. And we're keeping it at a distance right now, but they seem to be heading full speed they're heading towards Gold Point. Please advise. Over and out. Hello. Sort of cuts off, trickles off.
We're listening to the other one first.
All the information on the table.
So then you hear the voice of General Thaniel come over the second stone. He says, yes, we are making good time round the Horn of Inara. We should be arriving tomorrow at approximately sundown. Yes.
Okay.
That's all to report. The weather's fair. Winds out of the southeast. Many
Chance of
How's
fishing?
Material doing? Hope he's doing fine. Please advise. All right. How do we turn this thing off? Shit. I said hang up.
But we still want Thaniel to hold at a safe distance.
Right.
And we want to let him know that we've arrived safely and that we are still learning the lay of the land. We want Sianu of the Marinans to
Probably engage, right?
to at least communicate with the ship.
To put up the white flags and see who exactly
be
is
like, "Hey."
on board and what is going on.
We have information for you.
And to
sort
let them
of.
know that the proper oracle is, well, whoever's on. I guess we won't know who is on there or what.
So we want them to communicate with the ship and find out who's on board. Give us a list of the prominent
And
names
what
on board,
Well,
and try to
let them
just
know
try
what
to
the
get-
situation is.
get what happened, because if it's a ship from the fleet that was in the Victorian Empire, then they will know the truth too. So, or they should mirror what we have said
Mhm.
of what happened. So
Okay.
you wanted to talk to the stone, man.
yeah.
I do.
Go ahead. You can send a message back if you like.
I'm talking first to Sianu.
Okay.
Point Break, this is Golden Eagle. We want you to put up the white flag, engage with the ship, find out who is on board, what happened. Give us a full sit rep. Over and out. Anything else? Anything else?
I don't know what half those words mean, so no.
I'm talking to General Thaniel.
Okay.
Bronze Dolphin, this is Golden Eagle. Bronze Dolphin, stay at safe distance. We have birds out. Still gathering information. Circle the wagons at a safe distance. We will report back at 0800. Over and out.
Fair enough.
Great.
So I think get us into the palace tomorrow.
Sounds good. Yeah. So you're staying here with Quina, or are you going back to the Golden Almiraj?
Where did we tell Teriel to meet us? Or is he just hanging out at the ships?
No.
That's
Teriel's supposed to probably meet us back at the Golden Almiraj.
Yeah,
I think we should go to the inn.
Golden
Plus,
Almiraj.
she said that like
husband.
having company
Yeah.
is probably not great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Well,
in
Gonan
your
will be home
situation?
soon. I will keep him
you
in the dark if you would like, or
Sneaking us into the palace? Are we coming in lawfully, unlawfully?
we can come in through a hidden entrance into
Great.
the palace.
Just tell us
that
what
none
time to
of
be
us
here.
know. Probably at first light. I imagine.
Perfect.
Seems that time is of the essence, and we have to. There's a lot of questions I have. I'll try to spread the word at the palace in the morning as well, to try to get some of the people that I trust would
Well, yeah. That
like
would,
to know why there's two Inaras walking around.
I
I can hardly believe it myself, but
well, we might try to keep this one.
hidden.
Yeah.
A little closer to the. Let's
Close.
not talk to
Oh.
anybody.
Yeah, we just kind of want to see what's happening. In the meantime, evidently, there's a ship that one of the true ships from the Stormwall is supposedly making its way here, and
We may know more tonight. We may know more in the
There's-
morning.
some boats from Bronzegate on the way as well, to perhaps in case this gets
Blockade situation, if you will.
the royal the delegation from Bronzegate.
Yeah, we won them over at KrakenFest.
Oh, right, that was this weekend.
It was fun. Should have
Oh.
been there.
It's exciting. It's exciting. I don't mean to be rude. Oh, yes, lovely rings, but the little rock you have there seems to be glowing. What does that mean? You have a new message from on one of your sending stones.
Oh.
From
She's
the-
like,
from
what rock?
Sian.
What? No, you don't see a rock.
no, exactly. They're both like shit.
No, she goes, no, your little stone you were talking into a bit ago. You seem
Oh.
to have a
Right.
Is it Thaniel?
That
another
one.
thing. No,
Nathaniel
this is
Sianu.
Sianu. Yeah.
No.
Oh, thank God. That's the one I really wanted to hear back from.
Here, I don't want to.
Oh my gosh. Beep.
Yeah. So you hear it says, yes, hi, slight problem here. We seem to have engaged, and we have angered some of the participants on board, and I think we really could use some. He's on board! Oh God, he's on board! And then you hear just screaming and general mayhem erupting, and in the back of almost like something has grabbed the stone and is talking into it now. He goes, "Invaders! Now we feast!"
Yes, thank
You
God.
hear the voice of Dragar, and the message fades out.
So we gained Dragar, but we lost to Sianu, I feel like, is what just happened.
He called them invaders.
Yeah.
Now we feast. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so you get the impression that there is a raging battle going on between the Marinans and the ship that Dragar was on.